What is going on, everybody? Today we actually started the show off properly with a and now a drink. Yesterday I'm doing White Claws, but I don't give a shit because guess what? They get you drunk and no one. I don't give a. I don't care. It's not a manly drink. I could care less. This is all about. Did I not put up what I needed to put up? Let me see something real quick because I think I may have put up the wrong thumb. I didn't even put up a thumbnail. That is crazy. Can I change it? Let me see. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can. I'll cancel that. And then this one is not the proper thumbnail. I messed that up. Oh, and I messed something else up. It's just all over the place for me today, people. Gotta lower this. The phone. Hopefully it changes because I need it to. And it did change. And then we got to go here and come to manage videos and go to manage videos. I wish my dog would just like stay still and not move everywhere all the time. And I don't know what it is, but my dogs can not want to go outside, do nothing. And then all of a sudden, I go on live and they want to go outside. And then they want to come right back in. But they're not going outside right now. It ain't happening. I'm sorry. But anyway, let me see. Let me see if this got fixed. It should have. And it did get fixed. All right, cool. What is up, Alexander? How's it going? What's up, Boyz4Life, and go Cowboys? That's right. You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna let him outside. I'm gonna let him outside. Be right back. I love arguing with people. I love arguing with people. So I know, man. I can't wait for the next Dallas Cowboys season either. It's gonna be so much fun. Um, so I was getting into it a little bit today. Well, actually, a little while ago with some Cowboy fans because this is what it's like in the day of a Dallas Cowboy fan. Oh my God, these people. It's taken me this long to figure it out, but I figured it out. Um, I've been in this game for going on 7 years already. Um, these people just don't stop. Um, so anyway, uh, um, I've been in this game 7 years already, right? This YouTube game. Been here long enough to know. It took me about a year to see it because you got to go full circle, not full circle, but you got to go from year to year and start to see it. And when I actually started doing what I'm doing now, it wasn't until last year. Well, last year I started doing this, or in the off season. No, it wasn't like the year before, But it wasn't until then that I actually started paying attention, and it wasn't until last season when I actually really started paying attention to. Well, actually, I didn't have a Twitter at the time. I got one, and it literally took me a year because we started last when I started my Twitter last off season or before last off season. I saw the pattern, went through this year, and then now I'm in this off season. So it's been about it's taken me a year, and I've seen this before. Who will who will play against the Cowboys week one? I'm guessing. No, I don't know. I gotta see. I mean, I know the schedule. Well, I don't know the schedule, but I know who. I gotta look at who we're playing. I can tell you. I'll probably guess correctly, and it better not be the Giants because the Eagles, Washington. That's played out already. But this is how it goes for being a Cowboys fan. So last year, we let go of Randy Gregory, right? We let go of Cedric Wilson. We let go of Connor Williams. Those are just a few guys that we brought back that we didn't bring back. Um, of course, there are a few other guys, but with those guys gone, it caused a stir. Cowboy fans were up in arms about losing Randy Gregory to Denver, right? They were crazy about losing him. They were pissed about losing. And Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was another one. They were pissed about losing Cedric Wilson. They were pissed about losing Count O'Neill. They were pissed about losing um, Connor Williams. They were really pissed off. Actually, the thing is about uh, Amari Cooper. The funny thing is the Cowboy fans that were pissed off about losing him were the same Cowboy fans that were talking shit about him during the season, saying he disappears, he's this, he ain't worth the shit, and all that kind of stuff. So it's laughable to even hear these Cowboy fans. So then we lose those guys. Free agency comes. We really don't sign anyone. We Anthony Barr is like the last guy signed. We really don't have anyone that we brought in. We bring back Dronker. These Cowboy fans are so thirsty for decent to good players that they're willing to throw the bag and just mortgage everything off of one season. And I've never been that type of guy to where I see a guy in a contract year and he plays lights out better than any year prior to that. Why am I going to pay him off that contract year? And the following year, I tag him, and the following year, maybe if he does somewhat of the same, then I'm going to give him money. But if it's less or not close to what that production was in that contract year, am I going to want to give him money? No, I'll move on from him. But these Cowboy fans don't want to do that. And I don't understand why. Right? Because they were ready to give the money to Curse. They were ready to throw the money at him. Oh, a guy that was a lifelong special teams guy came to Dan Quinn, had a good year, right? A very good year. And all of a sudden, let's just give this guy his money. No, no, no. So they did a 2-year deal on whatever they're paying him. What is it, $5 million a year or whatever it is? Good deal. Now, if he plays good again for us, the way he did, one of the leaders, you're damn right you better give him some money because he deserved it. And what I find funny and what I'm getting at, give me a second. Arguing with Cowboy fans. It's fun. But anyway, these Cowboy fans just don't know when to stop talking about Romo and Dak, which I'm going to get into here in a bit. So anyway, what I was getting at is they want to give the back right, and then if Curse is there, 2-year deal, all that stuff, give him the money, right? And what I'm getting at is that this front office. Yeah, we do. I completely lost my train of thought. So what I'm trying to get at is that as a Cowboy fan, you're going to see it's already time for them to start blaming the front office. It's already time for them to start talking crap about the front office because of things that Jerry Jones is saying. And what cracks me up, what makes me laugh about these Cowboy fans, right, is you'll never hear me really say like, oh, like berate this front office, talk about like we're never gonna win anything because of the front office. We're never this, we're never that. But yet the front office is giving us Dak Prescott, which a lot of Cowboy fans that I argue with, right, love Dak Prescott and say this front office has done nothing. This front office has drafted Ezekiel Elliott when everyone wanted a running back because guess what? We needed a running back for Tony Romo at the time. You remember that? Remember that season when Dak Prescott took over? We went after that running back in Ezekiel Elliott because guess what? He was going to be the workhorse because look, throughout Tony Romo's career, he never had a running game except for DeMarco Murray, Felix Jones, Julius Jones, um, Alfred Morris, twice with us. Who else? Julius Randle, uh, uh, Marion Barber. When he decided he wanted his money, and who was with us? Was it Julius or Felix Jones teamed up with Marion Barber? Because when Marion Barber was just a third down back, was when he was beast mode, before beast mode, like that's when he was at his best. And then when he became the premier back, he went down. Like he went down in production, fucking running 30 yards to get 2 yards. Like it was ridiculous. He couldn't run that hard every play, every game. Zeke tried to do that, and look where he's at now. Was it 7 years in, and he ain't even close to what he was. He's a guy that'll hit the hole halfway decently hard and fall forward. He's not a guy that's never going to fall back. But that was the reason why we went after Ezekiel Elliott. But people tend to forget that. This front office has done amazing things for us. It's either coaches. I mean, I don't know what other players you want to get. I mean, I don't think, in my mind, it's not feasible, plausible to want to bring in a guy, right? And um uh bring in a guy who is 28, 29, 30 years old, pay him top dollar when he's already at the back end of his prime. No, I'd rather keep that money and go draft someone and build him up to what I need. Because if you hit on that draft pick, it's perfect. It is perfect. I'm not going to go spend 20 to 25 mil, 15 mil, depending on what position it is, to bring in a guy who may or may not produce because you don't know what you're going to get. Yeah, he may be a top-notch player in that system over there, but then when you bring him over here, it may be something completely different. So this is my thing for being a Cowboy fan. What I'm starting to see. Cowboy fans will sit here and talk shit about Jerry Jones in this front office all off season, right? They make a couple of draft picks, good ones, right? They'll make good draft picks as what they've done in the past. Then the year will come and we'll have a good team, right? And we'll finish 11-6, 12 or 11-7, or is it 7? No, it's 6. 12-5, 10-7, right? Make the playoffs, lose in the playoffs, and then it starts over again, and then it's like, oh, the front office didn't do enough. It's really Jerry calling the shots, honestly. Don't be surprised if he did something stupid in the draft. Something stupid like what? Trade some shit to move up to grab a guy? I would not be pissed off about that. To be honest with you, if Jerry Jones made a trade, like if he found a team that was willing to take Dak Prescott's contract in the top 15, I'd do it. I'd do it. Top 15. You get now if you're trading for someone in the top 15 and you're outside the top 10, you're getting 2 draft picks. You're getting 2 draft picks. If you're moving up in the top 10 and you're getting rid of offloading Dak, you're getting 1. You're getting 1. It all depends on where he falls. Now, I would be okay, right? Because according to Cowboy fans, a lot of them, our window is gone. We're not going anywhere. When I beg to differ, I'm not saying we're a quarterback away. No, we are. Every year it's something, right? Every year something happens. This past season, guess what happened? I was talking about it earlier today, talking about how DBs and defensive linemen go hand in hand. If you have good coverage, your defensive line is going to be able to get to the quarterback. If you have good defensive line that'll get to the quarterback, your DBs will look better. Now, when they both are very good, it's a cohesive thing. But when one starts to slip, which we saw when Anthony Brown went down, when Jordan Lewis went down, right? You didn't see it so much when Jordan Lewis went down because guess what? Deron Bland stepped in and he did his thing. Imagine if you had Anthony Brown and Deron Bland with Trayvon Diggs. Now I don't want to hear nothing on Trayvon Diggs because guess what? They stopped throwing his way because of last year. They stopped. So I don't want to hear nothing about how he dropped off. No, he didn't. He is a top-notch corner, shut-down corner. He shuts down half the field. Half the field. So So yeah, it's like I was saying, they work as one. And when one falls off, which we saw, our defensive backs started to slip because guess what? You had to bring in Calvin Joseph. They want the growing pains. You got to do it. It just sucks. You can't do it on a season where you're starting out fresh. No, you do it in the middle of a playoff race. But it is what it is. So you know what we're gonna see? We're gonna see a lot of Cowboy the front office, we're looking at corners. We've looked at a couple of them. We're looking at a lot of wide receivers. I've seen a lot of wide receivers get talks with the Cowboys. But for me, I'm not looking at a wide receiver in the draft. Why? There's wide receivers out there to go be got. You know, James Washington ain't with it. T.Y. Hilton ain't gonna come back. Deron Bland, I don't know what the deal is with him. What's going on there, right? I'm not saying he was supposed to be Amari Cooper's replacement, but he was supposed to help replace Amari Cooper, meaning like he's the guy that's going to be out there, you know, a replacement for Amari Cooper. What's up, Prime Sports? How's it going, bro? Appreciate you for stopping by. But ooh. You know, it's a task to argue with people and then talk with y'all. It's funny. I'm almost done with this beer or White Claw. I'm gonna get another one. After this, I'm probably gonna go into other people's streams and just talk and chill out and hang out. But so the Cowboys have talked about how they're in works about doing something, right? Doing something big. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's on a player. I really don't. I think it is going to be some kind of big news that Jerry likes, like last year. Their big things were what was it? Like blockchain and shit, crypto. Which has done nothing for me. You know, me in crypto, like I keep buying stuff and crypto is just taking a huge shit right now and it's ridiculous. So but yeah. So I've been in contact with some people, and it looks like I might have some viewers, not viewers, but people come on the show. We're gonna talk. We're gonna hang out, have a good time. Don't know when it's gonna happen. Talking with AK, we're gonna do a show. Been talking about Where You're Hiding. We're gonna do a show, and y'all's favorite EC1. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna talk shit, talk Cowboys, Eagles, all that kind of fun stuff. You know, like we normally do on here, and I can talk shit and troll them all they want. You know, because I am the GOAT at trolling. So, you know, the one thing that I'm looking forward to this season is not having Kellen Moore. You know, I've been off the Dak. Y'all know this. I've been off the Dak Prescott train for a while, right? For a number of years. And ever since that year that Zeke got suspended for 3 games or 6 games, and we went 3-3, right? And then fast forward the following year, 2018, the following year, pre Amari Cooper, we got rid of Dez because guess what? And I've said this, and people just don't seem to understand. There's a few people that I talk with that understand what I'm saying. But when it comes to Tony Romo, when it comes to Dak Prescott, when it comes to Amari Cooper, when it comes to Dez Bryant, Tony Romo could work with Cooper and Dez Bryant, no problem. Tony Romo can only work with an Amari Cooper type player. Why? Because Dak Prescott cannot throw up 50-50 balls to where his guy can only come down with it. Tony Romo can do that hands down all day, every day. Dak Prescott can't do it. Dak Prescott needs his guys to have 2 yards of separation to even think about throwing it because he does not trust himself. He does not. So, what does that say about Dak Prescott, and what does that say about the type of wide receivers? You know what type of quarterback you have, so you know what type of wide receivers you need to go out and get. Facts 100. You are the GOAT of trolling. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I really want Will Anderson and Bijan Robinson. I don't think you're going to go running back, to be honest with you. I honestly think at number 10, you probably will go, especially with what you're probably going to lose. You're going to lose Cox. I doubt you bring him back. And if you do, it's going to be another 1-year deal. I mean, you're going to have to start grooming, guys, right? You're going to have to start molding guys. So you probably need to go defensive line. Or I mean, you have Cam Jurgens as a replacement for Kelsey, but then you need to get Lane Johnson's replacement because that's coming up. So it would not surprise me if they go defensive line or offensive tackle, or not tackle, but offensive lineman in that with that number 10 spot. Because if you go down to number 30, I think they either trade that away to get more draft capital, or if they do keep it, they're probably going to go with a running back at that point. And I think Bijan Robinson will be gone. And for all the people that were talking about Robinson coming here because they wanted him, it's not happening. Especially with Jerry talking about how he wants Zeke and Pollard in the backfield next year. Boyz4Life, you've been saying it's Kellen Moore and people was not listening, but I was listening. Dude, I know you were. I've been saying it was Kellen Moore. I've been saying it was Dak Prescott. I've been saying it was those guys. Been saying it. But no one listens to me, right? I am the idiot that don't know what he's talking about. And then what's funny is that when other people say that shit, they get the clap. Like, oh, that's so smart. Yes, it is. Yes, you're absolutely right. But when I say it, I look like a damn fool. Hold on, my wife just texted me. I'm sorry, guys. No, let me get a beer and tell you a quick story. So, let me get this beer real quick, and I'll tell y'all a story that happened today. So I have my son, right? He's the second oldest grandchild, and then there's my nephew, who he's the firstborn grandchild, and then my niece, thirdborn grandchild. And so it's funny because my mom's sitting down, my nephew sitting on her lap, my son sitting um uh right next to her, and then my sister is changing her daughter, right? And my niece is crying. My niece is crying. My nephew's with my mom. My son's right next to my mom, but he's looking down at his cousin. And my niece is just crying her head off, just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. And my son's looking at her, and he looks at me and just goes, he just opens his mouth, like his jaw drops because she won't stop crying. And he's basically like, what the fuck is going on? And it is just completely hilarious. Oh my god. So um yeah, okay. So Boys for life. You've been saying this, Kellen Moore. Yeah, okay. But yes, you were. Yes, you were. The rat in here. What rat? What rat is in here? What's up, 301? How you doing, homie? Appreciate you for stopping by. I want a new look, that's another thing, guys. I'm all for a new quarterback, but I'm legitimately tired of these third round quarterbacks, fourth round quarterbacks, fifth round undrafted. I don't want that. I'm tired of that shit. I want a guy who I can get in the top 10. Um, yeah, I mean, people want to sit here and tell me they want, they're scared. Like this is what makes me laugh, and this is why a lot of Cowboy fans have such loser fucking mentalities. Loser mentalities because they're so content with just being good, right? With Dak Prescott or Tony Romo. They're good with it because they think at some point something may happen. At least we got a franchise quarterback, right? At least our quarterback is a cornerstone for our franchise and whatnot, right? But they're getting us nowhere, right? See, this is what I mean by they're good with being a good regular season team and then actually playing very good teams in playoff teams, and then losing. They're okay with that, right? That's what a lot of Cowboy fans are. They're okay with that. You want to know how I know that? Because they are still on the Dak Prescott train. 7 years, right? 7 years. Lost his rookie year. We didn't make it back to the playoffs till what? 2018, right? We didn't make it in 17. We made it in 18. We won a game and then we lost. Or was it 19? One of those. Right? No, 2018 we traded for 2019, right? One of those years. We made it to the playoffs. We beat the Seahawks and then we lost. Then we make it to the playoffs again and we lose. First round. Wild card. This season we make it to the wild card, we win, and then we lose again. I get it. Dak Prescott has been to the playoffs a few times, but he's gotten nowhere. He's gotten nowhere. And you think you're gonna tell me? I don't understand. I don't get it. People are like 2019. Dak Prescott had almost 5,000 yards passing at 36 or over 30 touchdowns passing, and we finished 8-8. Dak Prescott, when he throws over 30 times, more often than not, we lose. We lose. He throws too much, we lose. Because Dak Prescott is not that dude. You want to know who is that dude? Patrick Mahomes. You know who is that dude? Joe Burrow. You know who is that dude? Well, I mean, I don't know if it's Josh Allen. I don't know if he throws more or if they run more with him. I don't know. I got to look at the stats. But I know at least those two guys are those guys. You know who's another one? Tom Brady was that guy. Dak Prescott is not that dude. He's not. Dak Prescott needs a balanced offense to be great. They don't do that. They put out there for the world to see his shortcomings is what they do. So Oh yeah, I was reading how I thought it was something important, but Zach Pasquale or whatever the hell his name is from the Eagles got robbed at gunpoint. I thought there was something else crazy happened that was going to change the landscape of the NFC, but no. I hate that I forget what I'm talking about half the time. Anyway, let's keep moving on. You really think we get no, we're not. We're not. And I don't even want him on the team. Well, we aren't going to re-sign Miles Sanders. I know you're not. I know you're not. You have Kenny Galladay out there. You're not going for Bijan Robinson. It's not happening. You have Kenny Galladay. That's where you're going. Miles Sanders going to the Broncos, 301. It's fake news. Miles may go to the Raiders with if he does, watch out. Watch out. King Muir is the rat. Oh, I don't know what he told on you, but 301 is my bitch because he still can't get over Boyz4Life putting him on a leash. Oh, you mean because he was blocking or he was timing you out? That's right. Yeah. 30, like I said, 301, we don't do that shit over here. That's how we lose people. And I cannot afford to lose anyone. As you can see, only 4 people in here. And we need more. So what y'all need to be doing to get more people in here is sharing this out on your, on YouTube or your social media, telling people to come check this out. Because I won't get anything until y'all start sharing this out. I asked y'all to share it out. I asked you to come in here and which I appreciate everyone who does, but we need to step it up, guys. Y'all are my people. I need you to share it out on your platforms so we can get people in here. Ugh. King Josh Jacobs won't stay with the Raiders. He might be free agent. No, they're gonna franchise tag him. From my understanding, that's what they're gonna do there. I'll make your mother my bitch. You're gonna. Okay, I don't say that word, but wow, this escalated quickly. I'll nail your mother and make you my stepson. Wow, 301. Wow, that's coming from a 21-year-old, 20-year-old. That's crazy. Feed daddy all your tears, fat boy. I don't know who you're talking about this time. What's up, 301? What's up, Alexander? How are you? I'm good, 301. How about you, Alexander? Been all right. I hear Tony Pollard's. So, yes, let's get to this. Tony Pollard is staying in Dallas. Tony Pollard is more than likely, if Tuesday they cannot reach a deal, they are going to franchise tag Tony Pollard. And I don't know what the numbers are. So normally how that works out is they will take the highest paid running back and the lowest paid running back and meet in the middle. That's what happens. So I don't even know who the highest paid running back is, but it's not anywhere north of 15 mil, I don't think. So if you're looking at the highest paid and lowest paid running back, you're going to meet in the middle. So Tony Pollard's probably going to get about 7 or 8 mil this year, to be honest with you. That's probably what's going to happen, which is fine. That frees up because guess what? I'm going to tell you every piece that the Cowboys are going to do. So this year, like I said in my last stream, Cowboys are going to go wide receiver or corner, depending on who comes off the board, right? Depending on who comes off the board and who's left on their board, whoever's higher, that's where they're going. And then when it comes to the second round, it might be the other position, or they might go somewhere completely different. If you have a Hendon Hooker, Tennessee quarterback, right, who suffered from an ACL, who looked very promising, right, who is a very old rookie. He's going to be 25 or 26 when he actually starts being able to participate and do anything, which is good for us because guess what? We don't need anyone to step in right now. You have Dak Prescott. I can deal with another year of Dak Prescott because guess what? We don't have Kellen Moore anymore. You have Mike McCarthy calling the plays. You have Schottenheimer as our new OC. So I'm good with it right now. Okay, give me a second. Sorry, I am back. So what I was saying was, so this year, don't look at a running back really taken in this round. I mean, not the round. In this, if a running back does, it's going to come late, right? It's going to come in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. Look at next year. Look at next year for the Cowboys to offload Zeke and then look at a running back next year in the second round. The first round, I guarantee you, if Dak Prescott takes a shit this season, right, you damn well we're getting a quarterback in the first round next year. If he doesn't shit the bed, you're looking at another defensive player being taken next year in the first round. This year, it's going to be either defense or offense. I mean, and it's like, oh, Boyz4Life, Huggy, of course, it's a 50-50, da, da, da. No, I mean, you're either going corner or you're going wide. I'm narrowing it down to 2 positions. And once we get closer to the draft and once we've done our shit in free agency and we get there, I have a higher understanding of what we're going. Right now, even though we're meeting with a lot of wide receivers, to be honest with you, I think we're going to go corner. After what happened to your corners last season, but it is the Dallas Cowboys. It is the Dallas Cowboys. So they can still have faith, right, in and Boss Man Fat, right? Even though he's a fucking piece of shit and he fucking sucks and he can suck my dick, right? Even though that, right? Calvin Joseph, right? That rat bitch piece of shit, right? Which, you know what? To be honest with you, I don't give a shit that he told. I don't care. I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut and do jail time for some fucking idiots that decided to shoot up some shit, even though I'm sitting here in the vehicle with them. Like, what? You damn right. Like, I didn't pull no trigger. You know, whatever. Like, that ain't on me, homie. But you know, it is what it is. If you don't see a big time or a decent wide receiver show up in Dallas before draft night, look to find. I got to get his name. Um, um, it's a kid from Ohio State. I forget what his name is. Where is he at? Not Zay Flowers. NJIG. Oh, what's his name? Jackson Smith. No, I don't even know how. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna. Jackson Smith is what I'm gonna call him. Jackson Smith. So Jordan Addison is probably gonna be one of the first ones off the board. And when you're looking at, hold on. I'm gonna do a mock draft simulator, so that way. Cowboys at 26. We're only doing one. We can do. So if you're looking at this draft, you're not really getting a wide receiver. These wide receivers aren't coming off the board until probably. I would venture to say, I mean, there's Quentin John. Oh, Jordan had 10, 11, like around there. You know, then you're going to have your run of offensive linemen that are coming off. Okay, we're at pick 20 already. I mean, and the guys that I've talked about, you know, Hyatt, I mean, I don't see him going at 20, at 22. Nola's there. He's an edge rusher. He's still there. To me, I'm drafting Nolan Smith. I said this already. I've said this already, guys. I've said this already. Nolan Smith, who ran a 4.3 40, and the Cowboys are all about speed on defense. If that guy falls to 26, I don't care what your need is at wide receiver. I don't care what your need is at corner. I am moving. I mean, not moving. I am going Nolan Smith at 26. I could legitimately care less what my needs are. I could care less what my needs are. I really could. In the first mock draft that I did, wide receivers didn't start coming off the board until 10. So we're going to see what we got now, right? Jalen Carter, even though everything that happened to him, he's still coming off the board in the top 5. Christian Gonzalez, that's another corner top corner that's good. Devontae Weatherspoon's another top corner that's good. Quentin Johnson is the first wide receiver off the board at number 12. You look like you can maybe get, if Jordan Addison is there, you might be able to get him, which I don't think I saw him come off the board yet. Well, he's gone now. Out of your top wide receivers that you want. I'm not looking for a tight end. Andre Carter, defensive tackle. Cansey from Pittsburgh. That's the if he's there, at 26, knowing what we need a defensive tackle, that's where I can go too. I can go there as well. But it seems like Nolan Smith is still there every time I draft. I'm going to do this a third time, and we're going to look and we're going to see. Twice they're going to draft Nolan Smith. How much time I got left? I got 8 minutes. Ooh. Wide receivers have not gone yet. Will Levy to the Raiders, Anthony Richardson to the Falcons, which I've seen I don't know how many times. Take a tackle at number 10. Like I've said. Porter gone. I don't think Porter is slipping to 26. Addison's gone. Witherspoon. Now you're gonna see your corners go. Actually, our corners are still here that we can draft from. We're looking at Zay Flowers. We're looking at Cansey from Pittsburgh. And we still got Nolan Smith down there. So at 26, we're going to be sitting pretty. I'm going Cansey. I could go Zay Flowers. I mean, it's there. And I don't see, if Zay Flowers isn't picked by us, let's use different. So let's mess with some of these draft needs. Let's go a little bit less on here. Let's go. All right. Let's start the draft. So this is going to be the last time I do this. Jalen Carter goes first. Bryce Young. Will Anderson. CJ Stroud. Terry Wilson. Miles Murphy. Anthony Richardson. Will Levy. Witherspoon. Tackle. I know the Eagles are going to take a tackle or somewhere around there at that number 10 spot. They have to. Knowing what they're going to lose, they got to go offensive line or defensive line there. The Cowboys are losing anything and everything that they're hoping for coming up. Dante Banks is a good one. Still got Nolan Smith. I'm going to take Nolan Smith at 26. That's where I'm going. I'm seeing Nolan Smith being taken that I think that needs to be taken. I don't. Jackson Smith is going to be gone before that. So, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna head on out of here. I'm gonna watch some TV. I'm gonna eat something real quick. But y'all guys have a great night. I'm gonna head on out. Y'all have a good one. Peace. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I have never in my life felt so uncomfortable. Jesus Christ. Anyway.